right, another round of applause for our Interchain Foundation friends, Honor and Marco. Fantastic. So next up we have a wallet panel. It's the Coney Daddy wallet panel. So this is my wallet. It's a bifold. My grandfather got it for me in 7th grade. It has my 8th grade ID burnt into it because it's been through the wash a few times. It's not a public wallet like most CØSMOS wallets, but I have 70 euros in it, so that's pretty good. Thank you for attending the Coney Daddy wallet panel. This has been a great time. Questions? No. Okay. Coming up next on the CØSMOS wallet panel, a much more relevant panel, we have Erica, Mikey, Hamilton, and Josh. Come on down, guys.
Do I sit in like?
Thanks, man. I think you're supposed to see over there.
Oh, are we sitting across according to order?
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Okay, great. Hello, everyone. My name is Erica Kang. I'm the CEO and founder of CryptoSoul, community building focused on the CØSMOS ecosystem as well. And I'm really glad to moderate this panel of wallets. We have Josh from Kepler, Mikey from Cosmos Station, Hamilton from Stake Wallet, and yeah. Why don't we go around and just do a brief introduction, what you do, what your product does. Let's go around.
Hi, everyone. My name is Josh, co-founder of Kepler and Osmosis. I just do everything around IBC, anything that touches the user and the interchain. So that's kind of my role there.
Hey guys, Mikey at Cosmos Station. As you know, we mainly run the validator node operation, and at the same time, we have this block explorer called MinScan, and we have the mobile wallets and web wallets. So, yeah.
Hey, Hamilton here from Stake Wallet. So we're building a multi-chain, self-custodial wallet for staking for mobile. So we have a bunch of the CØSMOS blockchains integrated, but we also do stuff on Ethereum, Solana, Celo, Near, a bunch of the other ones. So we kind of like package it all in one.
Thank you for the intro. I mean, obviously this panel is about wallets, but like I would love to kind of get a kind of definition, well, not definition, but like what you think of is like the ideal role of wallets, because I think there are so many out there, but I mean, from your experience, what do you think are the main important traits that wallets should have? I'm sorry, Josh, do you want to go ahead and start?
Sure. I think, so there's this article on Medium that Billy Rennekom from the ICF wrote that I think everyone that wants to understand the notion of wallets should read. And it's about talking about the wallet in different stacks. So I think there's a role of private key management, of how you store the private key, and then the other part is how do you sign, and then lastly, it's like, and after you sign, how do you manage these transactions? So I think different components are there, and then lately we've seen more kind of application-specific things built into the wallet. And I think Stake Wallet obviously does that. Cosmos Station does that. I think for us, we're more on the kind of lower level signing, private key management. And that's the thing. It's like wallets can focus on different parts of the stack, and it gives you different results. And that's kind of the crazy part about wallets, and then also the beauty of being able to have so many different wallets, I think.
All right. I think I see wallets as in a more higher point of view. I think of wallets as more of an educator of users and advertiser of the crypto or any kind of chains that it's integrated with the wallets. Because we get a lot of CS. We're going to talk about this later, but we get a lot of CS from the end users asking about like why does it take like 21 days to undelegate and all kinds of questions, like 3 or 4 CSs like every day. And as a wallet, I think that's what we do. We educate people, we teach people, we advertise what we do, and we tell the world that we are here and how we work. And I think that's more of a higher point of view, but I think that's what wallets do as well. Yep.
Yeah, I would totally subscribe to that. One term that sort of like at Stake Wallet gets tossed around quite a lot is the concept of like a fat wallet. So we really are focusing on bringing a lot of functionality natively into the wallet and making it sort of like one-stop shop where you can ideally interact with all of blockchain, with all of DeFi, and it goes above and beyond just key management and signing transactions, etc. But also, for you to, based upon the coins that you hold, surfacing information about what you can do with these coins, especially in the advent of like liquid staking, sort of like taking those liquid staking assets and actually putting them to use, having a good sort of like stake and reward off ramp into a variety of different things. So for us, it's really about also educating the user. I think that's totally spot on, and then kind of like maximizing the velocity of money within the app, and making this there's sort of like the primary touch point that you have with blockchain and DeFi at large.
Thank you for the points and the insights. Mikey mentioned about CS, and I just want to kind of elaborate on that because I'm sure there are many challenges when you're doing the service. And can you give us like some fun examples or something that you guys had to confront? And yeah, what are some of the? I think many are looking into like the practical, like I guess, experience on your end. So can you just kind of share some of the interesting moments and what the challenges are, basically? Josh, want to go first?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think when something doesn't work from a wallet, from the user's perspective, I think the first place that they go to ask question is the wallet, because I just pressed this button on a wallet and it didn't work. So it must be the wallet that's broken. But in reality, I think, especially so because like we're in this interchain world where when you have multiple chains, there's multiple things that could go wrong, right? And but from the user's perspective, it's like, wallet didn't work, so I have to go ask them. And funnily enough, it's like sometimes we don't even know why this isn't working. So, we have to go dig through all of this. But, and then I think that's one of the first challenges. And then two is, the entire like IBC stack, the multi-chain thing. A lot of this idea and the, it's just not something that a lot of users are used to. Everyone's used to just MetaMask on Ethereum, and I can just connect my wallet to all these things. You don't have to switch chains. You don't have to work with IBC channels. And when the user just like, it doesn't work, they just kind of panic, and then they want the answers immediately. So yeah, I think one is more specifically on the role of a wallet, and then the other is like the role of a wallet in this multi-chain universe that interoperates. So, yeah.
As Josh said, I mean, he said it really perfectly, but I'm going to add on that. The CS-wise, I mean, the customers, I mean, the end users, they don't know anything. I mean, some people don't know anything about anything about the blockchains or any, what we know. So they just think like, for example, there was a guy who wanted to send some assets to the centralized exchanges, and he said he didn't put the memo in. So you guys should pay me the funds that I was trying to send it to the exchanges. So that was one thing, and that happens every day. That's like a daily thing that I do in my office. I have to answer all these emails and stuff. And the second challenge, I would say, would be the cost of maintaining the wallet services, because we're running some instead of the validator node, we have to also run the backup syncing node to just maintain the wallet system, the services, and the Minscan block explorer. So that costs us a lot, and that's one of the things that challenges that we are facing. Maintaining their wallet services and all the end user applications.
Yeah, one of the challenges that we're facing a lot is because we're building a wallet that is, our goal is to make basically, participating across multiple at once and staking in particular very, very easy. So we kind of like appeal to a, part of the crypto lifecycle user that is a little bit more in the beginning. And, totally agree. There are a lot of sort of like questions that come in about the fundamentals of blockchain. And with that kind of like comes along an overestimation of the influence that you as a wallet creator or like a company that builds a wallet has over the wallet, right? So we literally yesterday had somebody who said, my Solana is stuck. Can you go in and release my Solana? It's not really how it works. but the problem is, of course, like if you're more used to like CeFi applications, like they might have some more agency over some components of the wallet that we as a self-custodial wallet provider don't. And that is sort of like sort of a component that is like creates a lot of like cognitive dissonance for a lot of people. So kind of like tying that back to the education part of it all, like really explaining every step of the way without being overbearing also is, and giving you full control is extremely hard, and that's where we see most of the problems.
And just to add to that, I think like we're always struggling when you build a wallet. It's like, yes, you can simplify a lot of these things, but that also means you are basically taking away some flexibility from the user. You can just be like, we will automatically sign this transaction from you, get it from your computer, and once you just press the stake button, you'll be delegated to a validator that we choose. But at the same time, it's like, is it mandatory that wallets should provide the users the option to choose their validator, know all these things, and have to manually approve the signature? And I think that's the kind of trade-offs we constantly battle with. It's like, how much do we abstract to allow users to access blockchain easier, but then at the same time, you're not taking away the kind of decentralized, permissionless nature of crypto when you're building these applications as well. So.
Yeah, as a follow-up question, because like wallets are definitely at the forefront of confronting users, and they are not necessarily friendly to crypto. I mean, they might be just first users, and I think like education is also one thing that you guys are considering. I mean, or making it easy for them to understand like the process itself. I'm just curious, like, what are you guys trying to kind of minimize the difficulties in entering your service and kind of like seeing what's out there, as Josh mentioned about the validators. Like, there are a variety of choices, so many things to kind of educate and to tell. But I mean, you guys are not only focused on technicality, but also on the product side, like what the UI UX experience and also education factors. Just kind of tell us like what you guys have been doing, what you guys plan to do. Just very curious about that.
So we've been doing quite a lot of work on the, with the different chains that we integrate, we're trying to like really offer a homogeneous sort of like staking flow. Like for us actually supporting a lot of like the different L1 assets in app is fairly straightforward. I think most of the people actually understand the concept of holding an asset in your wallet. It kind of like becomes difficult when they're starting to utilize this wallet across a variety of different applications. And I think that's especially the case with staking, just because right now a lot of the different staking flows are so heterogeneous, so all over the map, and you have so many different layers of transactions that need to be signed. So what we're trying to do is we're really trying to break it down into like a 3-step process for every chain. So you have the same flow on Ethereum for like liquid staking with Lido. You have the same flow for the only difference there being you get a liquid staking asset back. That's something that hopefully we will have for all L1s at some point in time, but of course just not yet. And then basically again we kind of have this 3-step process no matter if you stake on Ethereum or on Solana or on Near or on any of the CØSMOS L1s. So that's really what we're trying to really focus on and sort of like iron out and make it a very homogeneous sort of like experience for the user.
Thank you.
Well, our CØSMOS Station wallet, especially the mobile wallet, we want to open up as much possibility as possible, as much accessibility as possible to users to freely use, to see what the blockchain is what's going on the blockchain or the networks, and especially like in regards of app-specific, application-specific blockchains. We want to open up as much functions or the features of the networks as possible, so users can look at things and you can just decide on your own what to do or what you not want to do, and those kind of stuff. Yeah, so that's what CØSMOS Station is. Well, it connects to all the CS and all the educational stuff, but we want to open up as much as possible. But at the same time, we want to keep in mind that we don't want it to be like a mess, right? So so we're trying to work hard to limit the freedom, but at the same time, to give out the freedom at the same time. But yeah.
Two sides.
I think for us, it's just been an evolving learning experience. We've been around for about 1.5 years. In the beginning, it was just, my co-founder and I kind of answering questions over DM, and everyone's like, oh, can you guys create a group? And we created a Telegram group, and we realized like, oh, there's like 100, Dojmoses that are messaging our users asking for mnemonics, and a lot of people fall for that. So we're like, all right, let's shut that down. Let's create a help guide that, when you can actually look up commonly asked questions. Turns out, and I'm guilty of this as well, when there's a long blob of text, people are like, no, I don't want that. I just want, this doesn't work. Why doesn't, this work? So that's a lot of the challenge that we face with. I think from our perspective, we're more of a MetaMask signing mechanism, private key management, more so than the kind of transaction management part. Whereas I think the other two mobile wallets right now kind of focus more on streamlining that transaction part. And I think just as much as it is our job to kind of better document and better educate our users, I really think it's also a wake-up call for the application developers to kind of step up their documentation and not just kind of leave this, hey, this is all a wallet's job. Because once you're starting into 1,000 different chains, we can't document every single failure cases for all the applications. And I think it's very, very important. And I think all the wallets will love you if you kind of take more part in educating your users, troubleshooting your users kind of on behalf of the wallets as well. Because I think it is a very synergistic relationship that we have to kind of cooperate.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you for the insights. Just kind of tracking back on you mentioned about the difficulties of having running interchain wallet, right? What would be some of the pros and cons of running a sovereign application-specific blockchain? Because I think it's kind of different in many ways, but maybe you have some insights on that, Josh, or do you want to go first on that?
I mean, to be entirely honest, for us, it doesn't really matter. It's again, like a multi-chain, multi-L1, wallet. We're happy to support any L1.
Right.
So we're agnostic.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but just curious about the pros and cons that may arise.
Well, as in app-specific blockchains, I think. Users need some portal to get into the apps, right? So wallet's going to be the gateway of the blockchains and the networks and the features. And I think we have some DeFi features on our mobile wallet as well, the CØSMOS station, like SafeChain, Osmos is, I think Kava is on there as well, and we also have this star name services on our mobile wallet as well. And I think it's good. I mean, there's going to be more and more app-specific blockchains in the future, and wallets cannot ignore all the blockchains that are going to come up later. I mean, who knows what's going to come up next time, right? So we have to keep up to support the ecosystem to make it more healthier and to make it more robust. And I think that's what's good about the wallets and the app-specific applications. And well, I want to add one thing about the maintenance cost, because app-specific is, as Josh said, it takes a lot of work and time for the wallet developers to look into the documents and all the functions, because everybody wants to do their own. And that's one of the things I wanted to mention too. So it's kudos to all the developers of the wallet. And yeah.
Yeah, it seems like I'm like the pessimist here, because I have a lot to say about the cons of the interchain. Not in the way to say that it sucks, but we can make things a lot better, and I love to kind of have everyone take part in that. But yeah, absolutely. The first one is infrastructure. I think CØSMOS Station has a validator, and so it's like there is already infrastructure and nodes available. Whereas for us, I think we actually started off. Huge props to Forbo, by the way, who supported a lot of our endpoints for the first year of our operations. Kuhn has been amazing, where we'd message him at 3 a.m. It's like, hey, our endpoint's not working, can you fix it? And they just provided that at no cost. But as we scaled, we realized oh, we really need to run our own infrastructure. And when we say we need to run our own infrastructure, I mean we need to run 40, 50 different nodes, and and we're a wallet company that now looks a lot more like an infrastructure company, because you have to have multiple endpoints to make sure that it can handle the load for each chain, and that just adds the barrier to entry to just adding new chains and working on features. So I think first of all, I think that's probably the largest one that we face. And then two, I'm really excited about NFTs. I see people coming up to me and say, hey, when are you guys going to support NFTs on Kepler? But when you're multi-chain sovereign chain, it's like, you're very sovereign in that you're working on your own NFT standard, right? But so is this other guy, and that other guy, and that other guy, and that other guy. And from the user's perspective, no one cares what standard your NFT is built on. But from someone who's trying to provide a wallet interface, you're like, all right, so does that mean I have to support 8 NFT interfaces to make sure that CØSMOS users will be able to access NFTs? And and trying to build a better infrastructure network for standardizing a lot of things that we can agree on, more coordination, because I think up until now, CØSMOS has been really focused on the sovereignty part and less so about the interoperability part. Probably because IBC took so long, but now that IBC is here, I'm hoping that we'll be able to kind of work on the interoperability part and standardizing a lot more of these commonly used things.
Yeah.
So.
Thanks for sharing. Wow, this is very insightful. I think last question would be, what are your upcoming milestones for the project? 2021, we're coming to an end, but exciting years up ahead, and just curious about your project's plans and something that you can share with the audience.
Well, I go first.
Yeah, sure.
I would say more chains. Or, of course, why not? And well, hopefully all chains. And NFT, of course. I think we're planning to implement the NFT features, but I'm not the tech guy, but how are they going to do it? But yeah, NFT, you can, that'd be great if you can see your own NFT on the mobile wallet on CØSMOS Station. And even better if you could mint your own NFTs on the CØSMOS Station wallet. So we're thinking about that too. And there's one more thing about MintScan, because everybody loves MintScan. We're thinking of early next year, we think we're going to integrate our web wallet into the MintScan web page. So it's going to be an extension like the Kepler extension. So we're thinking about it. And so, yeah, we're working pretty hard on the MintScan as well. So MintScan, that's called MintScan V4, but that's like an internal term. But we're going to have like a MintScan dashboard. So when you go to MintScan, so you see like the whole page of yourself, your own wallet, the addresses and all that, and the assets. And you can have the CØSMOS Station extension on the top of the page, so you don't have to leave MintScan for any some works that you have to do for transactions and all that. Yeah, that's basically what CØSMOS Station has been thinking. Yeah.
Oh, exciting.
We just wrapped a pretty large CØSMOS like L1 sprint. So we integrated a bunch of chains from Kava to Juno, Terra, Osmosis, of course, Akash, and a bunch of others. We are also actually going to be working on a desktop version. We have the mobile wallet. We're going to have a desktop version with hardware wallet support and stuff like that. We already have Ethereum-based NFTs included, which you can set as your background, which is kind of neat, and view them in app. And we'll add support for more chains like Tezos, NFTs, and stuff like that. So kind of not CØSMOS related, but it's coming anyway.
Yeah.
Fiat on-ramps, swaps. We're excited for a bunch of the bridges, like Gravity Bridge and all these others, and sort of like, again, increase the velocity of money in-app and give people that, for instance, are on Ethereum right now also exposure to the CØSMOS ecosystem very seamlessly.
Yep.
So that's kind of like the overall goal, make it easy for people to get more exposure to different L1s and, yeah, diversify their portfolio and dabble in DeFi at large.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. Yeah. Josh?
And yeah, lastly for me, I think our goal has always been to support developers just as much as users. So we're working on kind of redoing our web dashboard, which is quite a bit outdated at this point. So a lot more personalized data, customizable data there. And then on the developer side of things, there's so many cool things being built that Kepler hasn't been able to catch up on. And we want to, I'd hate when there's so many cool things already built and only bottleneck is the wallet. So our development team is just working extremely hard to make sure that any new feature, including the 7 different NFT standards, could eventually be supported. So yeah, I think that's how we've always been, and that's how we kind of plan on moving forward as well.
Thank you so much for your insights and the wonderful discussion. Thank you for the audience for listening. Thank you so much, guys.